Well, let me say, first of all, let's start with the almost 60% youth unemployment in Greece, which is a tragedy, and ask what's the underlying lesson we can learn about a system which has failed so decisively that 60% of its young people don't have a job. I'll give you two examples. I was inspired by the last message from Singapore. I had a chance to spend time with Lee Kuan Yew, the senior minister, who had helped develop modern Singapore. And I said, what was the key to why you were so successful? He said, you know, I was a graduate student in Great Britain during the Labour government right after World War II. And I watched everything they did to create a socialist society. And when I finally got to be Prime Minister of Singapore, every time I'd encounter a problem, I'd say to myself, what would the Labour government have done? And I would then do the exact opposite. And he said, I wanted the work ethic to be important. I wanted people to save. I wanted the rule of law. Now, let's take this whole question. I think there are two key things: practicality, what works, and whether you favor freedom or the state, which is a permanent tension in every society. What works? There is a bridge in Nanjing, China, which has two giant statues, a black cat and a white cat. And it comes from a famous speech. Mao had tried by coercion to create an equal society. He had driven the intellectuals out to the farms. He had caused chaos late in his career. And Deng Xiaoping, at great cost to himself, 3 times imprisoned by the state, was arguing that what they were doing was against the way people function. And in his most famous speech, he said, look, I don't care if it's a black cat or a white cat. I care that it catches mice. And what he was saying was revolutionary. He was saying to the Communist Party of China, don't come in here and lecture me about ideology. Capitalism works, and if we don't give the people of China jobs and we don't give the people of China hope, they are going to throw us out and there will be a bloody revolution. And he risked his life to get that across. And he spent 20 years getting it across. And while I have many, many problems with the Chinese dictatorship, and it is a dictatorship, there are few achievements since World War II that have helped more human beings than the application of free trade, hard money, and the right of people to go out and work really hard and rise. And I'd rather see those 600 million Chinese rising in a society with inequality than see them smothered in a society of absolute equality.